All right, people, get a load of this.
Party.
And you go to a local school?
Yeah.
Have you lived in this area all your life?
Yeah.
You're having problems at school. Can you just elaborate on the kind of problems that you're having?
Asian boys coming up to me and saying, I'm going to rape you, and if you don't go with me, I'm going to punch you in the face with a knuckle duster, and if you don't, give me a blowjob.
And this is happening at the school to several girls, is it? It's not an individual case?
No, it's happening to lots of girls.
Do you think the teachers and the authorities are aware of this?
Yeah.
I mean, you're probably aware that the Edge of the City programme focused on young girls like yourself who are being targeted by Asians to be groomed in this particular area. Do you think that was an accurate description of what is happening?
Yes.
Have you contacted the police regarding them threatening to rape you?
Yeah.
And what's the police response has been?
They said that they're going to look into it.
And that is it?
Yeah.
What's your teacher's response been?
Pupils are going to get excluded for 15 school days.
Right, and that is it?
Yeah.
There's also
The reason why these preventative measures are not working out is because they were created with the native mindset in mind. Why is it that it's the Asian men, and when we talk about Asian, I can guarantee you most of them are Muslims and of British Pakistani heritage. I can guarantee you that, because Indians or Hindus are not like that. Yeah, every society has problems. Hindus have their creeps too, just like the whites have their creeps too, just like the Muslims have their creeps too. Every society has creeps, but every society addresses that problem differently. And every society views those taboos differently. Do you remember the time when in the West we used to hear that, oh, if a pedophile goes to jail, then he's going to get secondary justice? But that doesn't happen in the UK anymore. Why? Because British prisons are run by Muslims. Not my words. Britain's favorite Islamist propagandist, Roshan M. Saleh's words. And he later deleted that tweet after he got backlash from Muslims. They were like, hey, bro, that's not something we should brag about. Muslims address their creeps and perverts differently. They have a different attitude towards it. A Muslim mindset is, oh, she's not wearing a hijab. She's not wearing a burqa. She doesn't have a father around her. Oh, her father doesn't care about her talking to men or boys of her age. Therefore, she's fair game. I'm telling you, even the most moderate lipstick Muslims will say you that. Bushra Sheikh once tweeted, if I find that tweet, I'll include that, where she once said that, oh, there is a reason why white girls are getting raped and Muslim girls don't get raped. And then some person asked her, why do you think that is? And she's like, oh, you're not ready for that conversation. I'll tell you what she meant by that. She meant that you don't cover up your girls. You don't make your girls wear burqas and niqabs. That's why they are targeted. And that's true. The Quran actually says that. The jury is out there. What do they mean by jilbab? Some people say it's just a hijab. Some people say a full niqab, full burqa, whatever. Doesn't matter. But the Quran says Muslim women should wear a jilbab so they can be recognized as Muslims and they are not molested. So these girls are fair game. Now, an individual pervert, the one that she's talking about, who are also 14, 15-year-old boys, they may not know about this. You don't need to understand the etymology of every word in order to know the meaning of that word. Just like that in cultures, you don't have to know where is that cultural practice coming from. You look at people around you, and if they behave in a certain manner, you start emulating them. This is the reason why I'm telling you, it's not just Asian men, it's not Hong Kongers, it's not the Chinese, it's not the Indians, it is British, Pakistani, Muslim men doing these things. And I have a second grievance. Where are the men? Parents of these girls of this age, they grew up in a totally different England. That was a high trust society. The England your children are growing up in, it's not the same England. It's not a high trust society anymore. Your girls will be harassed, molested, plied with alcohol and drugs, and they will be abused. How could you not know this? Where are the fathers and brothers? Where's the neighborhood watch? How hard is it to create WhatsApp groups? I don't care which race you are. 10, 15 men. Form these groups. Patrol the streets. Then we'll see how brave are these people. They are better at organizing because they feel excluded. They feel they have their own culture, their own values. So they stick to each other. They form their own groups and then they terrorize everyone. So what is stopping you? Yeah, I know you got your jobs. I know people have been complaining that Western men have been emasculated by liberal white women, blah, blah, blah. All of that. Yes, I know. I get it. But the solution to that is not give up. The solution to that is regain the lost territory. Be a man. Societies fall apart when there are weak men. Forget about these purple-haired, nose-ring-wearing women who are like, oh, we don't need men. Yeah, you do need men. This girl needs a brother. This girl needs a father, an uncle, multiple brothers, or good men in her vicinity. That's what she needs. And she's not the only one. Makes my blood boil.
So the accusation that young Asian males are hanging outside schools in flash cars, basically intimidating young girls like yourself with
It's barely 13.
threats, is that the case?
Yeah.
And this is happening, what, once a week, twice a week?
Every day.
Every day?
Yeah.
And the authorities know it's happening, but they're not doing anything about it? And how do you feel when you're targeted by these people?
I feel intimidated by them and scared.
I'm so sorry. I feel so sorry for this young girl. And there are literally thousands of them like that. Thousands of them. So in reality, this is what's happening. People from other cultural backgrounds, and yes, not every other culture is equally responsible. We know the main culprits. They're the ones disproportionately represented when it comes to these kind of crimes. But in their propaganda videos that are put out by local councils, guess who the bad guy is and who the good guy is? Have a look at this. You seriously can't make this up.
Oh, look, my bus is over there. I've got to go. I'll see you tomorrow.
See you later.
You alright? Where are you going then?
See, the white boys are harassing white girls.
Go away, you're so immature.
Are you going to tell me or not?
Come on, man, let's just go.
Boy, where are you going? Wait, why don't you come over here?
Go away, just leave me alone.
Come on, I know you want a bit of this. Why don't you come over here? Boy, I'm talking to you.
Okay.
Guess who the good guy is?
You're right, girl. Give us a smile.
I just want to get home.
Laugh, you moody cat.
Hey, leave it out, mate. Sorry.
See that? That guy is a good guy. You seriously can't make this up. This reminds me of anti-harassment posters put up by some woke lunatic in Germany when the rates of sexual assaults against women went through the roof. So they showed non-white women getting harassed by German men, and they even showed that a white German woman was harassing a non-white person as well. If I find it, I'll attach it. Let me actually show you. Look at this. This is saying, warning, this woman is harassing the poor non-German man and is saying, please do not harass these people. And I dug up the person who actually drew this poster. Actually looked exactly like this woman. She had red hair and she was a plus size woman. My God. Yeah, this is that. This is her. She made these posters. Oh my goodness. I'm not being overly critical, but these are the difficult questions that we need to address. When we talk about crime, why is crime so high amongst African American communities? One of the most accepted sociological reason that is given is the fact that they don't have a strong family system. Fatherless behavior. That's a term we've grown accustomed to. And is that what's happening here? There are no fathers for these girls? There are no strong men in the lives of these girls? If that is the case, then I'm sorry, your society is in decline. It was already in decline. You know, when a predator goes for a hunt, he goes for the weakest one, the sickly one. That's exactly what's happening with our societies as well. Where are the fathers? Where are the brothers? Where are the strong men in the neighborhood? Have a look at this. What is their modus operandi? This is how they go about their business. Barbershops, vape shops, taxis, kebab shops. These are the hot spots. If you send your daughters there, or even your boys, if you send them there, then you're a fool. If you're not keeping an eye on your child's activities, you are a fool. I understand it's very difficult. I'm also a father, and someone once told me that parenthood does not come with a manual. You don't know a lot of things, but you've got to be involved in your kids' lives. How can this happen? Police warn vape shops used as grooming fronts targeting school children.
He is a dangerous, horrible predator.
Okay, let me give you a bit of a rundown. She is talking about this guy called Tony Iqbal.
He has shown no remorse at all.
He is attracting children in school uniform into the back of his shop.
Yeah.
With vapes.
Yeah, and alcohol and THC.
And this was a paedophile, you believe he was expressly using vapes to attract children, school children, so he could sexually abuse them.
100%. There is no other reason why. He previously had a vape shop in Hayes, in Bromley, and a 16-year-old victim had come in asking for a job. She said, I need work. And he said to her, yeah, fine, like you can work for me for 4 days. I'll give you £180 to a 16-year-old who he didn't know. And then she sort of describes that the first day she worked there for 4 hours, nothing happened. The second day she came and he was extremely sexual towards her straight away, telling her he loved her, hugging her, trying to kiss her. And that's, she reports it later on that same day as well, because she runs from the shop when he grabs her bottom and she thinks, I'm in trouble here, I need to get out.
This paedophile offends a second time in a second shop when he's already on bail for similar charges elsewhere in another shop. What do you think about that?
Clearly there had been some sort of awareness of this incident of the shop in Hayes. And so he closed that business, and then he moved to what he thought probably was a further area away from what happened, thinking, oh, no one knows me, no one's going to know, and sets up exactly the same business and just carries about with his intent.
How do you feel about Tony Iqbal Singh?
He is a dangerous offender. He has shown no remorse at all for what he's done to Erin. He's shown no remorse at all for any of his behaviour. He holds Erin and the other victim responsible. Even now doesn't acknowledge that his failings in what he did, his part in what he did. He's despicable, and he's dangerous because he hasn't shown a level of understanding either, which means that his chance of reoffending is so high.
How concerned are you that there are more cases like this?
I'm really concerned. I believe there are other victims. I don't believe that they know that they are victims. And so I am really worried that there are further victims out there that are blaming themselves and haven't come forward thinking, well, it was my fault for going. And if they are being given things like this, there is always going to be.
Because they're children. They don't know any better. They don't know the difference between good and bad. They don't know there are good people and bad people. They don't know the spectrum of bad, what's less bad, what's really bad. They don't know any of these things. They are learning as they go along. It's the job of adults to look after them. So while I'm not taking any blame away from the perpetrators, they are evil perpetrators, I believe. I mean, Israel just brought back death penalty for terrorists. A lot of propaganda going on against it. I've actually spoken about it so many times that how come Israel is collecting all these terrorists in prisons? And anytime there is a dispute, then Israel has to give back all of these terrorists because they didn't have the death penalty. Look at all the countries that have death penalty. The Western left has no problem with any of them. Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Jordan, Kuwait, Qatar, Lebanon, Syria, China, Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Indonesia, Egypt, Somalia, Sudan, Algeria, Cameroon, Congo, Tunisia, the US, Japan, and Israel. Oh, I don't know, Japan was in there too. And now Israel. Now they have the death penalty. Now, Japan barely ever gives any death sentence because it's a high trust society. It's the pinnacle of human society. Yes, it's got some other problems, lower birth rates or whatnot. They're not growing, but it is a society not in chaos as the West is. I believe we should bring in the death penalty. The society that the West created throughout the 16th and the 17th and the 18th and the 19th and the 20th century, where they civilized their indigenous population to the point where they said, you know what? We have become civilized enough that we don't need to give death penalty anymore because our people are now just afraid to go to jail even for 5 years. So why kill them when there's a good chance of rehabilitating them? But at the same time, they were bringing in people from hostile third world cultures who were at least 200 years behind on the civilizational scale. While they were being born in these highly civilized, high-trust, Western prosperous societies, they had some cultural traits, some cultural habits and values that did not go away. That's the reason why an ordinary white person would be afraid to give alcohol to young kids. I'm not saying they're not creeps. There are creeps. There are still a lot of pedophiles in Britain as well. 85% of child victims are victimized by white perpetrators. But that's a different kind of pedophilia. That's that lone pedophile sitting sneakily in a playground, very afraid of his surroundings, being very careful. But this is a different cultural phenomena. They take turns, they share them around. The other pedophiles, they don't do that. So again, every culture has its own evil and it has its own way of handling things. To think that you can create universal laws and that would apply on every single person, no, it won't. Bring in people from sub-Saharan Africa and scare him with 5-year sentence for rape. They'd be like, yeah, all right, he'll do it in a heartbeat. While I'm not watering down the evilness of the perpetrators, I am also putting some blame on Western society, fathers, men of these societies. Where are they? Seriously, it's not that hard to build a group of 10, 15 men. You don't have to do anything. You just have to walk around in a group of 10 or 15. No one will try anything. You wouldn't have to do anything. Just a neighborhood watch. That's why I really like the energy of Rupert Lowe. I'm just going to end this video with this tweet. I would rather be called a racist or an Islamophobe than enable rape, to be honest. After what we've seen and heard at our rape gang inquiry, those meaningless words have no impact anymore. That's absolutely true. He's right. Seriously. Men, wake up. This excuse that our liberal women come after us all the time or we'll go to jail, blah, blah, blah. These threats should never keep a man down. At least I still believe, I still am a man, that if I see something, I think I will definitely jump in the fire for someone that I know. If I know a neighbor, he's a 13-year-old girl or 14-year-old girl, and something's happening to her, I don't know what might happen. I might get seriously hurt or injured, or I might even be harassed by the law enforcement agencies later on. But in that moment, you jump in. We need those men back. We've seen so many videos of men just looking around, something's happening, they don't do anything. But then we also see some men who fight back with chairs, with anything you can grab. Fight back. A bully only gets brazen when he doesn't get a retaliation.